Imagine a tense standoff in the heart of Chicago's southwest side, where a routine federal operation spirals into gunfire, charges, and a clash of narratives, leaving one woman shot and two individuals facing serious accusations. This isn't just another news story. It's a gripping tale of pursuit, confrontation, and the blurred lines between law enforcement and civilian actions that has everyone talking. But here's where it gets controversial. Whose version of events do you believe when official statements clash with eyewitness accounts and political tensions? Let's dive into the details and unpack what really happened, step by step, so even newcomers to these complex issues can follow along. Federal prosecutors have taken a bold step by leveling felony assault charges against a 30-year-old woman who was wounded in a shooting involving U.S. Border Patrol agents on Saturday in Chicago's southwest side. This incident ignited a fiery exchange between federal officials and roughly 100 demonstrators, highlighting the growing friction in communities dealing with immigration enforcement. According to a statement from the Department of Homeland Security, the woman deliberately crashed her car into a vehicle occupied by federal agents before they responded with what they describe as defensive fire. She received medical care at a hospital and was subsequently handed over to the FBI's custody as outlined in the official report. The charges, filed early Sunday, target Marimar Martinez, 30, and Anthony Ian Santos Ruiz, 21, for their roles in a civilian convoy. Think of it as a group of ordinary vehicles trailing closely behind that was shadowing federal agents, providing security for a Customs and Border Protection mission. To help beginners understand, a convoy here isn't like a military escort. It's more like a spontaneous group of cars following in protest or curiosity, which can escalate tensions on the road. Delving into the 8-page criminal complaint, it paints a picture of aggressive driving. The civilian cars recklessly approach the agents' vehicles, ignoring traffic signals like stop signs and red lights, and even going against the flow of one-way streets to keep up with the CBP vehicles. As an example, this kind of erratic behavior on city streets can turn a simple pursuit into a dangerous game of cat and mouse, risking lives for everyone involved. The drama peaked around 39th Street and Kedzie Avenue, where the civilian vehicles surrounded the federal ones, effectively trapping them. Martinez maneuvered her car alongside the driver's side of an agent's vehicle, leading to a sideswipe collision, while Ruiz's car slammed into the rear right corner of the federal vehicle, according to the charges. Agents exited their car, and Martinez then accelerated toward one of them, prompting the agent to discharge about 5 rounds. Paramedics located Martinez at an auto repair shop near 35th Street and California Avenue, roughly a mile northwest of the shooting site, and she was hospitalized for gunshot injuries before being released into federal custody. The charges allege that the duo forcibly assaulted, resisted, opposed, impeded, intimidated, and interfered with an officer of the United States. Notably, the complaint doesn't reference any firearm found on Martinez, which contrasts with a separate DHS statement that mentions one. This discrepancy is the part most people miss. Why the gap in details? And could it change how we view the agent's defensive actions? Martinez's family members shared with the Chicago Sun-Times on Sunday that she's recovering and under federal detention, but they declined further remarks, directing inquiries to their attorneys, who were unavailable for immediate comment. Meanwhile, the White House announced on Saturday that it had approved the dispatch of National Guard troops to Illinois, despite pushback from Governor J.B. Pritzker. This move adds another layer of political intrigue to the situation. When questioned about the shooting on CNN Sunday, Pritzker expressed uncertainty about the full circumstances, drawing parallels to a recent fatal incident. In these kinds of events, ICE often releases a statement first, which spreads on social media before we get the full picture, he explained. He referenced the deadly ICE shooting of a man in Franklin Park last month, where initial reports claimed the officer faced a life-threatening danger, claims that later proved unfounded, resulting in an unjust loss of life. It's challenging to discern the facts when they're withholding information and pushing their own narrative, Pritzker added, subtly suggesting a pattern of federal agencies controlling the story. And this is where controversy really heats up. Is this a fair critique, or does it unfairly paint law enforcement as propagandists? Mayor Brandon Johnson's office has remained silent on the Saturday incident. Johnson attended a Sunday morning event honoring Bishop Larry D. Frotter, but avoided addressing the shooting and departed without engaging with reporters. For the full legal document, you can review the criminal complaint here, https://d-brightspot-cdn.com/38/53/89411/Martinez Ruiz complaint. As we wrap this up, it's clear this case raises big questions about accountability, transparency, and the balance of power in immigration enforcement. Do you side with the federal agent's account of self-defense? Or do you think there's more to the story, like potential overreach? Could this incident fuel broader debates on how we handle protests against government operations? Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree with Pritzker's skepticism or disagree? Let's discuss and see what others think.